Alright, so tonight's plan is I want to do a live video for everybody and make sure I get my chat. What's up, Logan? What I want to do is, I guess it's the Sunday night live feed. I do one about every Sunday now at this time. And hey, Dominic. I am going to be taking down this camper because I have a bunch of lumber in the bed of the truck. Not a bunch of it, but I have some about 11 green treated 2x4s and 5 green treated can I be your friend? And about 5 green treated dog ear picket boards. And I need to get them in here, but I'm kind of tight on space. So the truck tomorrow at 10 is going back to the dealership. They're going to do, if you guys watched my, this is what I got video, you'll know that it had hail damage from being at the dealership. So it's going in, they're supposed to fix the hail damage. They're going to do the undercoating and that additional accessory package deal that I got. So being that goes in tomorrow, I kind of want to get this wrapped up and possibly parked outside because of the fact that I think they're going to give me a rental car. I'll get a truck if they have a truck, but if they don't, I'm going to have a rental car. And so I would really like this bay to be open in the meantime. Hopefully it's only for a few weeks. Obviously I'm going to need it before duck hunting. So, but anyways, I gotta get this thing wrapped up. So what I've done while it's up, while it was up, is I got the canvas all waterproofed and I got the sink to drain, and I was working on getting the faucet part going, but I think I need to get this down and possibly out of the garage for the next few weeks. So, what has everybody been saying here? Neil, hi from Dallas. How's it going? Thought you were Minnesota Sasquatch. Make more fishing vids. Hard Knocks checking in. What's happening, guys? I kind of like this because I think you guys might have it in the back of the mind that I normally do like a Sunday live feed, and it's been working out just perfectly that I always get around to it. So regardless, I got everything kind of packed away on the inside. I did my battery test. It went for 48 straight hours and it still has lots of juice, and that is awesome. So I gotta get this all packed, get the battery back on the charger, and that'll be awesome for duck hunting. So I'm pretty set on this going duck hunting. But anyways, I gotta get the power cord pushed in, and I gotta get the bars underneath the bunks pulled out, and then everything gets folded in and folded down. Hopefully I'll get my truck back at a decent time where I can, you know, I have to get it back before duck hunting. That is a huge deal for me, and I think I made that clear on the phone with the dealership. But I'm going to make it clear tomorrow when I bring it down there that I need it. And honestly, duck hunting is not that far away. I'd like to have it even before then. So I'm going to flat out tell them tomorrow, like, I need this by this day, otherwise you are loaning me a brand new truck or something, because I cannot go without a truck. Which is funny, because I've went without a truck for ever. You know, I had the Tahoe, I guess, for a while there, but went without the truck for a very long time, and now that I actually have one and know the usefulness of it, it's like hard to live without one. So, this camper here, being that it's an older one, my other camper wasn't like this, but this one, there's like a thick seam You guys are pretty far away. But there's a thick seam on the edge of it. And that seam pushes in to a nice little channel. And that's what keeps the bugs from getting underneath it. G Money says, love your vids, not sure what the fascination is with duck hunting. Fill us in, love fishing though. Even deer hunting is interesting, but have never. Duck hunting is a really good time. If you ever get the opportunity to go out with somebody and actually get ducks, it's just like deer hunting, right? Deer hunting isn't very fun until you get a deer and you kind of experience that. But duck hunting is a really fun time, and honestly for me, it's duck hunting is almost more about the time spent with my family, I guess, more so than anything else. I don't get to see that side of my family very much, as far as my uncle and aunt, so it's kind of cool to hang out with them for a weekend. Here's what these bars look like. This flattish, or more round side, goes in the frame and the bumper, and then the bent end underneath the bunk, there's a little metal insert and this slides in. So yeah, that's how that works. We'll get this other side here. I should mention that right now it is like, see how much that sags without these posts in there? It is like getting close to 10 o'clock at night where I live. So I don't know how late I'll be allowed to be up tonight, because I do have to get up tomorrow, but I have to get this done. I think I have to get this done. Bars on the front. I was gonna wait. I was gonna leave this thing all popped up until I got my parts for the buddy heater coming in to run off the 20-pound cylinder. But got plans for the eclipse? No, I don't have any plans. I think it's what day is it? Tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not big into that stuff. I really don't care. In all honesty, like, people are losing their minds. People at work are going down to like Nebraska or something like that, and it's like, I don't even know. I don't even care. Like, that's cool. Oh, it only happens every such and such years. I don't even know what the people are saying. Holy crap. But I really don't get my... Looks like you got a good duck season and deer season. Did I get the truck back yet? And when is the wedding? Oh, did the truck goes in tomorrow. I was just explaining, you must not have been around, but the truck goes in tomorrow at 10. So that is why I'm getting this wrapped up, so I can park it out by the garage. Oh, I see what's going on here. So I can park it out outside of the garage. Park this on the outside of the garage, I should say. There we go. Okay, so that's one side. I just have to do it to the other side. It'll be good, but... Oh, no, you are not. You get off my camper, you little son of a gun. Adios. Little spider. Tiny little spider was trying to hitch a free ride. That's not how that works. Does you or your dad watch any football? Nope. We never were really into sports, I guess you could say. Not really sport enthusiasts. I don't really know why, but it's just not our thing. Probably the best way to put it. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Woo-hoo! Just have to pick up this. See, I put that fridge in here. And you gotta lift it up to get over the fridge. There it is. The fridge is just, it's not too much, but it's really close. Okay. So we got the bunks in. And now the next step, I'm going to totally have to pop this thing back up because I have sheets on it and everything else for duck hunting. But that's fine. I'll do one last check over it. Only takes a minute. Has Sam ever hunted with you yet? You should take her duck hunting. I'm sure she'll get hooked after that first duck. I have a 1992 Scamper pop-up I've had since I graduated high school, still in great condition. Do I plan on going duck hunting this season? Yeah, you know I plan on going duck hunting. This is my duck hunting rig. I'm sorry to say, but I thought I was on the fence until I realized that the converter in this trailer works perfectly with that battery. So now I'll have lights, and that's really makes me happy. How far are you from your dad, and how far from the tent? That place seems like the ultimate spot. I would be there all the time. Any good stories you can share about the tent? I live about an hour from my dad, and him and I both live about 4 to 5 hours from the tent, depending on weather, how many people are on the roads, road construction, stuff like that. Normally it's like 5 hours to get up there, 4 hours to get back, because on your way back you don't stop as much. You're kind of like, go, 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 I want to get home. But yeah, I live about an hour from my dad. Probably like 40, 45 minutes if I hit all the lights just right. But normally I don't, so I live about, yeah, I'd say about an hour from him. I would budget in an hour's worth of time to drive. That's the way I put that in perspective. Okay, so I just pulled the pins out of these front arms, and now you gotta hit them like that. Like that. And now the front will drop. Okay. Front drops. This is kind of the ultimate sketchy part of this whole thing. Once you get one side down, you're good. But that first side is the hardest. And if you don't know how to do this, the first time is definitely sketchy. Front drops down and goes into the little, there's slots in the front here. I think I showed you guys this before. And what I like to do is I take the pins from the arms that I just took out, and I just get these holes lined up and a pin in them so that they don't move anywhere. Because when you're fiddling with the back, they can possibly slide out. It'd be kind of hard for them to slide out, but they could. That's the last thing that I want. I don't want to get hurt. There we go. So now the front end's sitting down. So you guys probably can't see any of this, but you'll see in a minute. What product did I use? I have some actually in there. I used I think it's called Scotchgard by 3M. It's like if you go to Walmart and you're in their camping section, they have the big orange can that everybody always uses. Besides that, there's a white and light green can. And it's less ounces, but it's a better, it's 3M, it's a better brand. So I went with that because I'd rather have something quality that I can trust, because at work we run a lot of 3M stuff and we tend to never have, any problems. People always swear up and down by like 3M tape, or we have a lot of protective equipment by 3M. So now in the back you're going to see me, I'm going to hop up on the bumper, hit in the sides, grab the handles, and it'll lower down. And then once I get it maybe a foot off the bottom, I'll carry the weight and tuck everything in real good. Okay, so kind of got to straddle the rear wheel. There's one side. There's the other. And you pull it. And once it gets started, it's not bad. Like right in here, there's not a lot of weight on it. But as soon as you get a little bit lower, right in here, that's when that weight is on it. And it's a pain. This is the only part where two people is really, really nice. And I bet back in its day, this thing had a lot more, in fact, you can do this. There you go. So that's easy enough. Back in its day, it probably had a little more spring in it, you know, so that it would just stay like this. You could work on it, but it's 30-something years old, so I don't really, it's not a spring chicken anymore. Okay, so now we got it good. So now, what I look for is just to make sure that there's nothing in the way of any, there's no canvas or whatever. And it's slowly just dropping down. And there's a foam and everything else built up in here, so it takes a little bit of convincing. And then these just come down. And that one clicks into place. This one comes down. And it also just clicks into place. This one has a little loop on it, so you can put like a lock on there or whatever. But that is it. There you go. That was just the seal going around. Just had to pop that seal out. So that's as simple as it is. I never treated my tent ends still waterproof. Of course, I live in Tennessee, and out in the winters are very mild. Kind of sucks, really. I miss the snow. Zach, what happened? What had some holes in the tent? Water was dripping in. Oh, I'm being really thirsty. I don't know. They weren't any sort of animal hole. I think that they were holes from it being closed without tucking it in properly. I think that it just kind of had a couple wear spots. So I just patched them up with some liquid stitch and canvas, little pieces of canvas, and yeah, I think that's what was causing the leaking. But once I got all those patches in, I sprayed a lot of waterproof around there. So I'm hoping that will fix the problem. I put it really heavy, that waterproofing, really heavy on all the canvas seams and stuff, because I want to make sure that it's nice and dry for duck season, because normally when we're up there duck hunting, normally it's a little wet. It tends to be a little wet, I should say. So we just have to, oh, you know what else I'm going to do? I got to pull off the caps. I repacked those bearings, but I'm going to pull off the caps and pack those full of grease. And the funny thing is, the guys at work were teasing me because they're like, that's not going to do anything. Well, when I did that before I went on my trip, I put all that grease in there and I pushed it on. When I went to repack these things, that new grease had gotten all the way to the back. So essentially it works like a bearing buddy, but no one believed me that it would, but it does. Does outside light still work? Yep, sweet. So we will get this battery unplugged all wrapped up here. Second cooler. Realize how much of a garage I have. When this thing's popped up, it takes up all of it. There we go. Got my. A lot of people might think it's goofy, but this box here, I have two boxes that I like to keep in my truck. One of them is this yellow one, and the other one is a black one, which should be in here somewhere as well, because I took them out. But this one has recovery strap, and this one carries all my balls, if you will, all my stuff for trailers. And then the other one carries, that one actually I think is in the truck still. It carries all my straps and stuff. So essentially, you don't ever have to go looking for anything because you know it's going to be like in the box. So this here is the hitch or the ball that I used for bringing this thing up, and it's just a 2-inch drop welded on. And I don't know, they say that way it won't loosen, but I've never had a loose, I've never even seen a loose ball before. You'd have to either tow a lot or not tighten it nearly enough. But if you tighten those things down, they don't really get loose. If they get loose, it's probably time that you got a whole new ball on there anyways. Stuff that flew around. Oh, here's that interstate battery. I need to get like a voltmeter, like a voltage checker. Oh, here's that black box right here. I'd really like to see how much is in here right now. Is it 9? Is it 12? Okay, I don't have a pop-up, but every time I travel, it seems to me like I always see pop-ups with issues. Even a few fires, be safe. Well, that's the truth, but I guess that might be for everything. I don't know. That's why I had that thing tested for, had that light on for 48 hours, make sure nothing got hot, nothing happened. Did you get your canoe mount on the other trailer yet? I'm curious how it turns out and how hard it will be to get it on and off by yourself. I did get it on there. It's pretty simple, just a 4x4 with a 2x4 on top that hangs off. I think it was about 4 inches on each side, and it works beautifully. There's my thing. There you go. Works beautifully. It's not that hard. I've taken that canoe on and off of the Tahoe, and I had a Blazer a long time ago. Once you kind of know how to get it on and off by yourself, it's a pain, but you can do it. That canoe looks heavy. How do you get it down, or is it on levers or something? No, there's no levers on it. What you have to do is, you can see the front is boxed in right up here on the other side, and the back is not. So I have my 2-step ladder, and I walk up on it, and I grab this end over here and lift it up. I have to take everything off of it, of course, but lift it up, pivot it over. I think I got to pull it this way a little bit, and then I set it straight down on the ground, and then from there I go on the other side and I push it through the hole and set that side down. It is a heavy canoe, but you kind of get used to dealing with it. Like I told your father, I appreciate you letting us common folk into your lives. No doubt you were raised right. Thanks, man. Or keep it up, man. That's very nice of you to say. Common folk, we're just as common as everybody else. We don't do anything different. We just put it on the internet. Hey, Zach, good to see you're doing well. I am doing very well. I meant pulleys and levers. Oh, yeah. Well, initially I was going to make a pulley system for that, and I have some pulleys around here somewhere that I bought. and I was gonna hang it right here above you guys. It's gonna hang it up like that, and I had 2 pulleys on there, and I couldn't lift it. I could lift it, but it took all my might, and I thought, well, this isn't gonna work. So I came up with something that's just kind of really simple. Get a multimeter, check ohms for 0.07. G Money, I had man for 25 years. Just take care and pay attention to the condition of your tires, and you should have no issues. I see that. That's why I follow you guys. What movie said Harbor Freight gives them away now, and then if you have one near you, cheap ones, but good to throw in the truck to have? What Novus said. Oh, okay, a multimeter. Yeah, I hear that Harbor Freight, you can go there and you can get one for, it's like their free coupon or whatever. I heard that from the guys at work because I was asking if any of them had one that I could borrow. And they're like, go to Harbor Freight. They have them for your, buy anything and you get this for free. Whatever you call that type of sale. Yeah, so essentially, I hope that the dealership, this is a good question to ask you guys. Okay, they're going to do paintless dent repair. And the videos I find online, you use these little tools and they pry up on the thing and then take the dents out. But they told me that they're going to put it in like either a cold room or a warm room and then put cold air on it, vice versa, whatever the heck they do. And I want to ask you guys, how long should this take? Because I told them the next time I'm going to need my truck is going to be, the next big thing is duck hunting. But I asked the guy, I said, how long are you going to have my truck? And he said, well, that all depends on, it just depends on when they get to it, yada, yada, yada. Kind of beat his way around the question. I'm going to ask again tomorrow, but how long do you guys think they'll have my dang truck? Because, what is this? We got a week left of August, and then about 3 weeks, so I got about a month. You think they'll be able to take all the dents out and undercoat my truck in under a month? They're not fixing the hail at the dealership. What they're going to do is they hired like a third party to do it. The thing is, why I think they'll be able to do it is they had 1,600 and some odd vehicles. I know he said for sure 1,600, but they had to get done, and it's been roughly like 8 or 9 weeks if they've gotten all those done, which is like almost 100 a week, right? Over 100 a week. So they should be able to get mine done, right? What do you guys think? Someone out there has had paintless dent repair done to their vehicle before. Is it a painful process, or are they just going to get it done in whatever? Because I talked to the guy and he said they're wrapping up on all of it and they need to get your truck done, is essentially what they said. And which tells me that they're almost done with it. And I don't know. I got a month. So when I go in there tomorrow, hopefully they rent me out a truck, but they're probably going to give me a car. But I need to make sure I tell somebody, like, hey, I'm on a time schedule here. Like, I need this stuff done within 3 weeks. If not, I'm going to come and get it. What do you guys think? So I'm opening the garage door. I got to get the lumber out of the back of my truck. I hope I see my truck again. I love my truck. Truck's my baby, man. Okay. Just have to get the lumber out, add some tools on there. You guys know how it goes. No one's answering. I don't understand. Tell you guys what, I've worked really hard on my eating. So you guys know I was having some problems eating. Worked really hard on it, and I've gotten myself back to a good, healthy point where I can eat food and not have to worry about it. But my back hip area is giving me, it hurts. So I've been trying to not overexert myself at work and at home, which doesn't always happen. I find that I'm like really determined, go, go, go. But that's why I gotta take it easy and do like 1 2x4 at a time. I know I have an old F-150 I love, but everyone else hates it but me. Haha. Nice to see there's no haters here tonight. Yeah, it's really nice. And I don't think I want to tell anybody where I work because I don't need people showing up and trying to talk to me. I work at a company though. But I don't work for my dad or anything like that. I work at a different company. Love to work for my dad, but just not in the cards right now. I got two of the 8-foot sections replaced on the fence today. With Sam's help, we've put up some 6-inch or 6 feet boards. They're just like your standard picket fence before that was like 3 or 4 feet tall. And I had enough of that, so we changed it out. I'll show you guys here what those pickets look like. So these are what they look like. They're just green treated, but we built it using 2x4s and these pickets. And we're gonna buy the pre-made fence, but it's actually cheaper if you build it yourself, and it's much heavier. They use like a 1x3 back for the pre-made fence, and then the pickets are like 5 feet tall. So you get a little more for your money. Haha, that made me LOL. Smart man. What does Dad do? I always wondered. He seems to have a lot of free time. Very handy fellow. My dad owns his own construction company, and he does have, I guess, a decent amount of free time, but he's always very busy. I think he works 6 or 7 days a week during the summertime. At least, I don't know if he does, but I know his guys are working 6 or 7 days a week, and they're always jammed. But I think he's learned in the past few years that, like with Xander coming into his life, and he just kind of realized like they can do, like, he doesn't have to be there all the time for it. So he does find time to like head up to the tent more than he used to, which is really good. It's almost like you get more stuff done by having more time off because you're able to focus on work, and then have some free time. So yeah, he's very busy, but he's also very efficient with everything he does. Like, he'll make a video of him doing the garden stuff, and it probably only takes him like an hour or two, and it's probably between 6:30 and 8 in the morning. So, you know, but yeah, he has his own construction company, and he does I think he does all sorts of stuff. He does additions and decks, and I think he's going to be building a house. He used to build a lot of houses, but then he got away from that, but now he's kind of getting back into it or whatever as the market slowly gets back to the houses, I guess you would say. But you know, here in Minnesota, I don't know if you guys have it wherever you're at, but they have this thing called the Parade of Homes, and essentially you go and look at all sorts of, you can go and just tour all sorts of houses to kind of find out what you like or what a certain builder does or whatever. Well, a lot of the houses that he's built in the past were like the showcase homes for the Parade of Homes. They'd be these multi-million-dollar houses that that his company built. So that was kind of that was with a company, I think, by the name of LeGrand Homes. And during the recession, I think LeGrand Homes stopped doing business. I don't know if they do business anymore, but that's what he used to do, was really elaborate houses, and he's very good at it. Very good at it. You ever watch all these old Jones Act survival videos of when we lived at, there was a kind of like a reddish, pinkish brick house. That house was built in 2000, and that was built by my dad and the family. We all obviously helped, but we built that one custom for our family, so pretty cool, pretty fun time. Some of these 2x4s are really heavy. Other ones not so much. I guess that's green treated for you. Oh. That chat feels pretty silent, but maybe I'm just missing. The apple never falls far from the tree. Well, almost never. So, what kind of questions do you guys have? I'll answer some questions. Answer some questions for you guys. I got one more 2x4, and then I gotta hook up the truck to the trailer and move it out. Okay, there we go. Here is the last 2x4. Do we dry camp or use hookups? With Sam, we like to use hookups as far as electricity, and then we'll fill up the water because this camper here doesn't actually have like a water reservoir or whatever. So if I camp with Sam, we prefer to have electricity and some modern conveniences. As far as we like to shower, and I'm trying to get this toolbox down so I can set you guys on it, because I think I'm getting a bad connection. But we like to have some modern conveniences like that, because it's just nice. But personally, I guess you could call it dry camping, because we don't hook up water. We still use our 5-gallon water jug to transfer the water and stuff like that. So okay, so I'm gonna hook up the pickup truck to the camper, and I'm gonna have to move the trash cans, but I have to pull it out, park it against the fence on the far side, and I'm guessing you pick and choose what questions you want to answer. From Craig. Oh, does your father live close to you? I'm sorry, Craig. He lives about an hour away from me. JP says we did the same with my wife for many years. Then we bought a toy hauler with all the creature comforts. You know, duck hunting is really a good time. And one thing that I've always like, well, this is a bummer, is you have to take like a hobo shower. And it's fine, but we go up there Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. And normally it's raining, you're out in the woods the whole time, you're dirty. And I can't wait until I upgrade this one to one that actually has like a shower and stuff. Because it's just gonna be really nice. You're welcome, Craig. Sorry, I didn't see that question there. But it's just nice. It's just nice to have a hot shower, even if it is only for a minute, just to, you know. If we always lived with showering once every 3 days, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I shower once or twice a day, and it's really nice. it's good. So I gotta hook up the trailer to the truck and get it pulled out here. This is the I was showing you guys this a couple minutes ago, but this is the ball that I use. It's a 2-inch welded. They say it's anti-theft, but actually welding it on there makes it a little stronger when done right. So yeah, just trying to think here. Stronger than bolted, yada yada yada. So pretty much it. Nice ball. Notice your wife hasn't interrupted. My wife would have driven the viewers crazy by now. If you guys ever notice that I do the live streams Sunday nights, Sam works Mondays early. Well, she works every day early, but she goes to bed at about 9 to 9:30. So normally it comes to 9:45, 10 o'clock, and I'll do a live stream because she just went to sleep, and I said goodnight to her, and then I get out of the house and do my projects out here, and it leaves the house kind of quiet so she can get to sleep real good. Honestly though, I could be in there, not a big deal, but normally I have some sort of project out here that I want to get to, so I come up here, and then I bring you guys with. Alright, gotta get this in here. Back it up. Backed up here. Get this thing wrapped up. Set on here. It's kind of tight in between the Sam's car and the wall here. It took me a couple times to get it just right. Because when I pull it out, I have to make sure I don't hit either or. Really get it jacked up when the truck's at this angle. All the way. So this might look like an extreme angle, but it's not. It's normally pretty level. It's just the fact that my driveway is at an angle. But, there you go. Funnest part. Get the lights on here so I can see these back up. Alright, the last thing is need to get me a good old hefty chunk of wood to put the tongue on. Doesn't actually need to be super hefty, just something. Okay. So, got her hooked up. You guys can see that the lights are working. That's just to help with backing it up. And good. Too far away to hear, I'm sorry. Anyways, hopefully there's nothing underneath this thing. Make sure. I think we're good. Where is that black box? We're not going to need the wheel. Actually, I'll use one of these chunks more. That'll be better. Alright, let's get this pig out of here. Okay, so you guys watch me back up, go forward about 50 times. Watch him hit the garage. Watch with the garage and no. Heck no. Okay. Not bad though. I think we're gonna be okay. One more block of wood for the other side tire. I'll just get out here. Alright. Success. Definitely success. Took me a couple tries, but I got her. Someone just stole his truck. Alright. Just gotta grab the trash can and stuff like that. Bring them in. Okay. For a minute there, I thought that the camper was going to punch the back of my truck. But we're all good now. When I took it off, it had to go forward a little bit to catch those blocks of wood. And the way that the driveway's set up, there's like trees, 2 trees back there, so the truck was in between the trees and it was kind of jackknifed with the trailer. So there's only about this much room that thing would have to move to hit the back of my truck. But it didn't, luckily, so we're good. Hopefully it just doesn't move now. It should. But good. So that means when I get the car, I could park it in here if I wanted to, or I just have an area now where I can get my yeah, that backup camera does way to take care of those carts. Let me tell you a story about these carts. So we move into the house. I had to order my trash cans. They show up, and during the first week of owning them, I backed my car out, hit the garbage can, completely cracked the front of it, and it wouldn't even hold trash anymore. It just, I just bumped it, and the whole front of the thing blew out. So they had to give me a new can right off the bat, like a week after they gave me these ones. A week after they gave me the new ones, I should say. But that's kind of a funny little story. So what did someone say? They said, I posted the video of having to get the truck rack out of this side of the garage because that's Sam's side and she didn't like it. And some goofball commented and said, I know now who wears the pants in the relationship. And like, I was like, what does that even mean? Like, pretty hilarious. I thought, I giggled for a while about it, and I'm like, thanks for the nice comment. Whatever. It doesn't matter, but I thought I got a kick out of that. And someone said it best, happy wife, happy life, and that's the truth. Like, if she's happy with me, that makes me happy. So the last thing I want to do is tick her off, because it only affects me. But she wouldn't get mad at the fact that I hogged her garage, but she asked me nicely, and I respect that, and so I wanted to give her spot, right? So, if you're watching this, that was funny. Equal partners, yeah, that's a good way to put it. But anyways, I probably haven't really showed you guys this. Let me show you guys this. I mentioned it. I don't know, you might not have seen the video, but right here, underneath you guys is a box. And if you look, Cabela's Northern Flight Goose blind, layout blind. Like, why would you get in a big fight for such an easy situation to fix? That's what I'm saying. Like, such a simple thing. Just do it. Anyways, I got that. This is a Tangle-Free goose flag. Tangle-Free brand. What a brand name, Tangle-Free. And I already had some BB shells from last year. Somewhere here, there it is. I bought, this is called, what is it, a Canadian Hammer. It's by, yeah, Canadian Hammer 2. And if you guys ever wonder what my dad and I use for duck calls, it's this kind here. It's a Faulks, F-A-U-L-K-S duck call. These are like really cheap. But they sound really good. They're really deep. I have another one in here. I only have 2 spots on this, so I put the goose one on here. But my other mallard call, this is called an Arkansas mallard, and double reed. So this one here, it's a single reed. Here, where are you guys? There you are. So there's just a reed is this little plastic part. This one is a double So as you can see, there's two little plastic parts. And this one you can't really do a feed call very good. It's like way higher than this one. My dad can do it way better than I can. But this one sounds like a really raspy duck, and this one sounds like a really deep duck. I love this call. It's like 10 bucks too. It's super cheap. And I'm no good at goose calling. I actually don't do it, so. But someone said they didn't much care for the Canadian hammer because they thought that it took too much air to get it to sound right. I couldn't really give you guys an answer on that because I honestly have only used one other call, and it's one of those long ones. It's my dad's. So I'm looking forward to this. Me and my buddy Derek are going to get out there. We're going to have a fun time getting some geese, hopefully. We do grouse hunting. We grouse hunt too. I've hunted squirrels, grouse, ducks, but yeah, mainly ducks and deer because they're really fun. It's called a flute. Well, there you go. I learned something. It's called a flute call. Curtis says also, how hard are the winters up there? Seen some of your dad's tent videos, and they can be pretty rough. They can be. They've kind of been mild actually the last few years, but hopefully the magazine Farmer's Almanac said that we're supposed to have a really brutal winter, which I hope so, because a lot of people snowmobile and stuff like that, and they haven't been able to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm happy. I got the garage opened up. I got all this room now, and while the truck's gone, that means I can kind of pitter patter in here and do my own thing for a little bit. But I wanted to get that out because I wouldn't be able to until, you know, in for a few weeks. And the only thing I was keeping it in here for was I ordered my Big Buddy heater 10-foot hose and fuel filter, and I wanted to get that hooked up and see how it worked. But it'll be okay. I can get it hooked up when we're up there. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's really all I wanted to do. It's kind of getting a little bit later, so I'm going to go inside and kind of wind down and try to get to bed early. But thanks a lot for watching. I'll make a video tomorrow of what they give me. Hopefully it's something worth driving. But, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.